you're in a position, guys, you can control the questions and the statements you are saying to the seller, okay? So I can control, you know, the type of questions. So if I'm going in a position where I'm trying to find out maybe what the seller owes on the property, maybe I'm in a position where I just can't come out and ask that, okay? And I might have to rephrase that in a different way, okay, which is fine. So you have the ability to control that. You have the ability to control if they're in the sole person that's in charge of maybe a particular estate. Maybe they're the sole person that can sign off on things. You have the ability to control those questions, okay? And the statements that you're making to the seller. So remember that. That's what you can control. And if you're asking the wrong questions, and you're making inappropriate statements or statements that are going to create negativity, that's going to have an effect on your ability to convert those deals. So extremely important, guys, when it comes to this. So remember that, okay? Next thing we always look at is just basically staying behind the seller, okay? You have to be in a position where you realize you control that. If the seller gets in front of you and they control the entire conversation and start controlling you, that's where a lot of people in this space, when they're dealing with acquisitions, get themselves in trouble. And I've seen this happen over and over again. And I've had this happen to me many times, but I've seen a lot of acquisition reps, whether it's your own company or if you're working for someone. I've seen a lot of people, what happens is they let the seller get in control, they let the seller basically get in front of them, and then it's just the seller takes you down the path they want. They put you in a position where you don't know what to say, and you start fumbling around with your words, and next thing you know, you're in a position where there's either no deal there or they're getting pissed off at you, and you've let it happen. When you're staying behind them, you can constantly be monitoring things and know what the next move is going to be. So if they move right, you say, oh wow, I can move this direction. If they move this direction, then I can move that direction. And what you're doing is you're in that position where you're in complete control that way. And it allows you to constantly bring that motivating pain back into the conversation. Okay, so if they start going down the tube in one direction here, and then you think, okay, I better control this better. Since I'm behind the seller, I can go ahead and push maybe more on that pain button and move them left or move them right, okay? So remember that, guys, it's not complicated, it just takes work, okay? And then guys, again, it goes back to, on this control part of things, it's your job to focus on getting a yes or a no, okay? And, you know, in sales, yeah, I think that's an area that is really sometimes tough to do for a lot of people until you really build the skills. Because I think what we do is a lot of times what we get caught up in is, oh, we talked to the seller and they said they were going to think about it. They'll get back with me, okay? Well, really, what does that mean? It pretty well usually means some type of no, doesn't it? Okay? All we're trying to do is get in that position where we get a yes or a no. Now, it might take more than one conversation. I understand that. But you're in the position where your job, okay, remember this, it is your job. Whether you own your own company and you're the only person there that's doing the acquisitions, or if you have acquisition reps, or if you're a rep yourself, okay? It is your job to get to a yes or no, okay? That is your job. And then the no is okay, okay? That anybody understands that really on a deeper level of sales, no's are all right. The thing is, we're getting clarity here, and then when we get that clarity, even if it's a no, we understand where the problem's at, where the true motivation's at, and guess what? We can go back to work on that. Just because it's a no now doesn't mean it's going to be a no later.